Okay, if you're tired of dealing with any persistent ear, nose, sinus, throat issues, this is for you. And if you're also having any kind of histamine intolerance, reactions to alcohol, any kind of chronic hives or itching, or any other issues that you feel like are tied to the ENT area or are histamine related, then you are going to want to listen up. This is everything I wish I had known so much sooner. So, as a licensed naturopathic doctor and a functional medicine expert, I've been in your shoes before. One of the reasons I actually went to naturopathic med school is because I had very, very chronic sinus and ear and throat issues. I actually had chronic eustachian tube dysfunction or ETD. I even got a sinus surgery. I got my tonsils out. Even doing the sinus surgery that was supposed to actually clear out my sinus infection didn't help anything with my sinuses or my ears. I wish I had known about a more holistic approach to actually solve the root cause of what's going on. So that's why I developed the holistic ENT and histamine method. So this is a comprehensive protocol. It's designed to address all of these concerns at their root. And I'm going to walk through three things that are the absolute necessary focus for getting relief from ENT issues. And all of these ENT concerns, they actually have the same root causes. They just show up differently for different people. We'll talk through that a little more. So let's go ahead. I want to share three actionable steps that you can start implementing today to begin your journey toward relief from your symptoms. So number one, we absolutely need to identify and address hidden infections or environmental exposures. So many chronic ENT and histamine issues actually stem from underlying infections or hidden undetectable environmental exposures, undetectable without the right methods. So the immune system is responding to a trigger. And because of that, these hidden infections can actually trigger symptoms like ear congestion, muffling, popping, clicking, tinnitus that's not related to hearing loss, sinus pressure, postnasal drip, and even brain fog. So functional lab testing, or just even knowing what you're looking for, so you can understand how to go about this. How these root causes show up. If you have these kind of tools, then you can uncover these infections or these environmental exposures and take really targeted steps to eliminate them. So that's the number one most helpful first step toward paving the way for lasting relief. Number two is optimizing gut health. So just because your symptoms are happening up here doesn't mean they're coming from up in your head. So your gut plays a really big role in regulating your histamine levels and your overall immune function as well. So imbalances in gut health can actually exacerbate immune intolerance. It can cause histamine issues. It can also cause ENT symptoms. So even if you feel like your gut's okay, you might be surprised. We have so many histamine receptors up at our sinus area and around our ears. So actually one of the first signs of our body having histamine issues is issues up in that ENT head area, no matter where the histamine is actually coming from in the body. So because of that, I provide really detailed protocols on how to go about restoring gut balance. I provide nutritional guidance and supplement recommendations to help reduce inflammation and help improve your body's response to histamine. And just cutting out high histamine foods, by the way, I don't recommend that at all. If you cut out the first level of histamine foods, your body just starts responding to the second level of histamine foods and then the third tier of foods. You're left with like rice. And so it can actually lead to really restrictive eating, and then you can't introduce these foods. It can be a whole mess. So, conventional diet advice and standard nutritional guidance for histamine and ENT symptoms does not work for like 99% of people because of this. So we need to actually look at what's going on root cause wise in the gut and how to shift the root causes, not just try to do a Band-Aid by eliminating histamine foods. And we want to look at how that's directly correlating with what's going on up in the ENT area. And number three is really targeted supplement protocols. So we've got to implement specific supports to help further your body's ability to manage your histamine levels and alleviate ENT symptoms. So for instance, certain vitamins and herbs have been shown to actually stabilize mast cells, which are the white blood cells that produce our histamine. So we're not just blocking histamine like an antihistamine, Zyrtec, or Benadryl would. We're actually going up to the top of the chain and actually stabilizing the mast cells and making them less trigger happy. So they're not just shooting out all of these inflammatory histamine cannonballs just willy-nilly all over the body. So doing this helps reduce histamine release drastically, targeting it at the very, very first step in the chain. So it's reducing it in the first place. So in my holistic ENT and histamine method, I share tried and true supplement protocols so you can have the tools to effectively support your healing journey. So your body is capable of healing, but if you're dealing with a big kind of histamine bomb in the body, or this has been chronic, even though you've tried the standard ENT stuff, most times we need more than what you can just purely do with lifestyle if you really want to get through this and get to the other side without losing your sanity. So supplements can come in really, really handy for that. You've got to do it in a really targeted, strategic way, though. And you've got to do the right ones. Taking the wrong supplements actually increases your histamine levels and therefore increases ENT symptoms. So you don't want to make histamine issues worse, but with the right ones, it's really effective. So with all these 3 steps, with this kind of holistic approach, you're empowering yourself to address the root causes of your symptoms rather than just taking an antihistamine and doing a nasal spray to mask them. So if you're ready to dive deeper, if you want to access a comprehensive approach that's tailored specifically to overcoming ENT and histamine challenges and eustachian tube dysfunction, then definitely check out my histamine ENT course. It's specifically designed to help provide you with the knowledge and strategies that you need to reclaim your health and well-being. If you're ready to dive deeper, definitely check it out. It's below. And I know that doing a holistic approach, it's not often covered by insurance. It's expensive, and doing multiple visits really adds up. So that's why I took the time to put everything that I walk people through all together in one place. We're not just kind of shooting in the dark. This is a really specific targeted protocol that addresses the actual root causes so that we're not just trying to suppress things and put a Band-Aid on things. We want to get into what's going on at the actual level of your gut, down to what is going on in your immune system. How can your nervous system actually be playing a role in this? What lifestyle pieces can you do to help on top of all the supplements that can be really helpful? What labs can you actually order yourself to help figure out what's going on? So I think it's really empowering to know how to do this all on your own. And remember that healing is a journey. So taking informed, proactive steps is usually the best way to get the relief that you've been seeking. So I hope this is helpful. I'm Dr. Rachel. I help people with chronic symptoms to finally identify their true root causes underneath their health picture and get their lives back.